Howdy, it's John. I'm going to talk about goal setting for this year. And I think a lot of times our goals are, if we look over the last 5 years, are just kind of stretches of what they were the year before or things we haven't really made enough progress on. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you really want to push out there farther and go for something creative or unimaginable, then you've got to do some thinking in your mind to get you into that kind of mindset. And it's going to be outside of your comfort zone. There's going to be some fear involved. And are we going to rise with that from that level of fear, or are we going to run away? And so, even to consider that, and even to consider things that are a big stretch. A couple videos ago, I talked about setting goals that are 2x, double what they were before, in other words, a stretch, or goals that are 10x. Because when you start thinking 10x, you start thinking about big things. You start thinking about things that are outside of you. You've got to reinvent your thinking about yourself. You got to be able to visualize a future self that's far different than what you've gotten already this year, or last year, or the year before. It's the kind of stuff that, over the last 5 years, as you take a look at the last 5 years, have you really pushed yourself, or you really stretched yourself a long way? Or have you just kind of tried to, well, I'm going to work a little bit harder at this? In other words, my weight goal has been 200 over the last couple of years. I'm still vacillating in the 215, 210, 217 sometimes kinds of areas. You're playing small doesn't really communicate the glory of God. And you've got to think about what God really wants for you. And if He does want something bigger, that manifests your skills that He's given you that maybe are latent, then you're going to have to break outside of your comfort zone. Thinking 10x is a good way to do that. Breaking outside of your comfort zone and responding to that fear with courage. You don't really see courage until you break outside and address a fearful situation. Like John Wayne used to say, fear and courage are such a thing that it's like being scared and saddling up anyway. Let's embrace courage. Let's show what God really wants in our lives. That's what I've got for today. We'll catch you next time.